Next up, we got the young. There's something about Casey, man. Somebody requested this video, so here we are, man. Hey, it's an hour long, so I'm probably gonna do like 2 parts of this. It's only an hour, so it's probably be like 50 minutes or 40 minutes, something like that. Hey, man, starting on with the baby again. Last time it started with the baby Jody. You feel me? So no, and they say there's something about Casey. Hey, man, every time you see one of these like little titles like The Wrath of Jody, What Pretend to Be Crazy looks like, there's something about Casey. It's always some crazy ass shit. So hey, man, let's see what it is. Y'all been loving these videos, so you gonna keep
Most
coming
of you
with
will
the
already be
bangers.
aware of who 2-year-old Kaylee Anthony was. The majority will know that she sadly passed away at some point between 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. on June
Oh,
16th,
I thought that was Casey. See him.
2008. Her
Oh,
death is undoubtedly the most heartbreaking part of this story, and we only need a single word to epitomize her short life: tragic. But the primary subject of this video is not about the life nor the death of Kaylee Marie Anthony. It is in fact about the psychological constitution of her mother, 22-year-old Casey Marie Anthony. So rather than tragic, you'll find the words disturbing and perplexing to be far better suited to the theme of this video. One of the many reasons this case is exceptional is how the present day's topic of discussion has little to do with the actual occurrences of the crime, but in fact the subsequent developments that followed. People are no longer talking about how or even why Kaylee Anthony passed away. They are instead talking about the manner in which a mother responded to her daughter's death. Given all the acquired information we now have, even if we afford this person the most morally acceptable possibility of what occurred, her manner of conduct was still unimaginably cold-blooded. This is driven home by the fact she was evaluated by 2 clinical psychologists during her time in custody, and not a single abnormality was discovered with relation to her psychological state. In other words, there were no signs of mental illness whatsoever. And this makes the character study of Casey Anthony just as fascinating as it is terrifying. A human being's state of mind is something most accurately assessed with the full capacity of hindsight. So before we evaluate our first segment of raw footage, here's a quick rundown of each of the essential moments that will give you a broader understanding of what we're actually dealing with. On the 15th of July, 2008, Orlando police received a call from Cindy Anthony, the grandmother of the victim.
911, what's your emergency? I called a little bit ago, the deputy sheriff. I found out my granddaughter has been taken. She has been missing for a month. We're talking about a 3-year-old little girl. My daughter finally admitted that the baby's in the store. I need to find her.
Your daughter admitted that the baby is where?
But the babysitter took her a month ago. My daughter's been looking for her. I told you my daughter was missing for a month. I just found her today, but I can't find my granddaughter. And she just admitted to me that she's been trying to find her herself. There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
Okay, what is the 3-year-old's name?
Kaylee, Caylee, Anthony.
Kaylee Anthony?
Yes.
How long has she been missing for?
I have not seen her since the 7th of June.
Is your daughter there?
Yes.
Can I speak with her?
Hey, Sheriff's Department, they want to talk to you.
this is Casey. Okay, here you go.
Answer the question. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you tell me what's going on a little bit?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell me a little bit what's going on?
My daughter's been missing for the last 31 days.
And you know who has her?
I know who has her. I've tried to contact her. I actually received a phone call today, now from a number that is no longer in service. I did get to speak to my daughter for about a minute.
Who has her? Do you have a name?
Her name is Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez.
To give some context to this bizarre phone call, Casey Anthony had left the family home with her daughter a month earlier, stating that she had a work assignment in Tampa and would be traveling the entire time. Kaylee's grandparents would ask repeatedly over the following month to see, or at least speak to their granddaughter, but Casey claimed each and every time that she was too busy with work and that Kaylee was with a nanny who went by the name Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez, or Zanny for short. On July 15th, exactly 6 weeks after Kaylee was last seen by her grandparents, George Anthony received a phone call that the family car was at the impound lot. This immediately alerted suspicion, as it was the same car Casey had supposedly been traveling with for work. Suspicion turned into panic once they picked up the vehicle, and George discovered a strong odor emanating from the trunk, one that he recognized from his years as a police officer.
Wait. Yeah, there is something about Casey. What the fuck going on with her?
Comparable to that of human decomposition. Through contacting one of Casey's friends, her parents managed to track her down at her boyfriend's house in Orlando, where they were found smoking marijuana and watching TV. When inquired over the whereabouts of her daughter, Casey stated that she had been kidnapped 31 days before by the supposed babysitter. It was at that moment Cindy Anthony called 911.
911, what's your emergency? Who has her? Do you have a name?
Her name is Zenaida.
Oh, okay. So Casey, did you kill your daughter? Like, bro, what is wrong? Okay, so I'm guessing, I think Casey killed her daughter, and then she's blaming it on the babysitter. How did your car get impounded and it smelled like dead body in the trunk? And that's why she said I could never put her on the phone because he was always with a nanny. She was dead the whole time. She couldn't get on the phone. She tried to blame it on the nanny. So what the bro? What is this?
Who is that?
This is
Babysitter?
crazy.
She's been my nanny for about a year.
You see how calm she is? Casey's so calm. The grandmother was just like panicking. She's been missing for 31 days.
Almost 2 years.
Why are you calling now? Why didn't you call 31 days ago?
I've been looking for her and have gone through other resources to try to find her, which was stupid. I think the officers are here.
The officers are there?
Yes.
Now let's indulge in the world of fantasy for just a moment, and pretend all of what Casey had just stated was true. She had indeed been working, and her daughter was in fact kidnapped by the babysitter a month earlier. The immediate premise most would gather would be that Casey had no regard for her daughter whatsoever. In the 911 call, there was no urgency nor concern in her voice, and rather than her volunteering information, which most parents would do in a frantic manner, it had to be acquired by the dispatcher through repeated inquisition. All you have to do is compare Casey's dialogue to that of her mother's in the same phone call. One was indifferent, while the other was distraught. Police would have picked up on this immediately. Even without the bizarre phone call, the circumstances alone would make Casey the prime suspect in her daughter's disappearance. She was immediately interviewed as a witness, which unbeknownst to her, was the detective's first step in locking her into as many lies as possible.
The day right now is July 16, 2008. The time right now is 04:11 hours. I'm Detective Mellish with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. I am with Casey Anthony, is that correct?
Yes.
Casey, you understand this is being recorded?
Yes.
You have any objection to that?
No.
All right. Casey, I got called here in reference to a missing child. You took Casey to a babysitter's house?
Yes.
And who was this babysitter?
Her name is Zenaida Fernandez Gonzalez.
Okay. How long had you known Zenaida?
Almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years Christmas this year.
And where did you meet her? Who did you meet her through?
A mutual friend. His name is Jeffrey Michael Hopkins. I met him at Nickelodeon at Universal, and I met her through him. She was his son's nanny at the time.
Does Jeffrey still work at Universal?
No, he does not.
How long has it been since he left?
About 9-10 months, give or take. He moved up to North Carolina for a short time and moved down to Jacksonville within the last 3 months.
How would you characterize your relationship with Miss Anthony?
More or less acquaintances.
Weren't very good friends?
Not very good friends.
Did you ever work at Universal Studios?
I did.
When did you work at Universal Studios?
Approximately 2002.
How long did you work there for?
1 year.
Did you ever work there at the same time that Casey Anthony worked there?
I don't think so.
You don't recall ever seeing her there?
Never.
You just said 9-10 months ago. Casey. What are you going through? Are you okay? There's something wrong with her, bro. There's something about Casey, bro. There's something about Casey.
Zenaida Gonzalez.
Bro, what is wrong with this female?
Did you ever use Zenaida Gonzalez as a nanny?
No, sir.
Do you have any children?
No, sir.
What the?
Have you lived in the Orlando area consistently since 2002?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever lived
Bro.
in Jacksonville?
Whoa.
No, sir.
Have you ever lived
What
in
is
North
happening
Carolina?
right now?
No, sir.
Did you see Casey Anthony in the month of June of 2008?
No, sir.
When was the last time you spoke with him?
About a week and a half ago.
Do you know a telephone number for him?
I can find a number for him. I don't know a number offhand. No, I do not.
So you met Zenaida through Jeffrey Hopkins,
I did.
and
Yes.
his son Zach Hopkins, I guess. Zenaida used to watch over Zach?
Yes.
And when did she start watching over your child?
It's been within the last year and a half, 2 years that she started watching Kaylee.
How would you normally drop off, or how would you normally do the exchange with your child and Zenaida? Would you drop the child off? Would she meet you somewhere?
I would usually drop her off. For a few months, we would go over to Jeff's house. He lived over in Avalon Park.
And you would go to Jeff's house, why?
To drop off Kaylee. That's where Zenaida would go to watch both of the kids.
Okay.
It was in a nice centralized area. He had a decent sized house. It was good room for the two of them.
Go back to your statement. You dropped off Kaylee June 9th, and walk me through. You dropped her off to go to work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Get off of work and go from there.
I got off of work, left Universal, driving back to pick up Kaylee like a normal day, and I show up to the apartment, knock on the door, nobody answers. So I call Zenaida's cell phone and it's out of service. I didn't really want to come home. I wasn't sure what I'd say about not knowing where Kaylee was. Still hoping that I would get a call or, find out that Kaylee was coming back so then I could go get her. And I ended up going to my boyfriend Anthony's house. He lives in Sutton Place.
Did you talk to Anthony about what happened with Kaylee?
No, I did not.
Have you talked to anyone about Kaylee, about your incident with Kaylee? Or the fact
Outside
that
of
she's missing?
A couple people, a couple mutual friends.
Who did you talk to about it?
I talked to Jeffrey Hopkins.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Juliette Lewis. She's one of my coworkers at Universal.
She works. You still work at Universal?
Yes,
What do you do at Universal?
I'm an event coordinator.
Okay. What is Juliet? What position is she? Where she works?
She's also an event coordinator. We work in the same department.
Juliette Lewis doesn't exist. Casey had briefly.
What the fuck am I listening to right now? I don't know, bro. This one already crazy, bro. Like, the other ones is crazy, but this is crazy. I think I'm just saying this about every single case, honestly, but the other ones is crazy, but this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Casey, why are you lying so much? Like, if you killed she
work
killed
at
her daughter, bro.
Universal,
She
but
killed her
hadn't
daughter.
been employed there for
Why
over
did you kill your daughter? Why did you do that? That's the
years
question.
prior to this interview.
Why did you kill
and
your
she
daughter?
wasn't an event coordinator. She stood behind a kiosk and sold photos of people after they had been on the Incredible Hulk ride.
You have a number for Juliet?
Offhand.
She lying about literally everything, bro. Don't like. It's like people don't understand that. Like, if you lie about something, the police is not gonna just like. If you gonna lie, it has to be like a smart lie. Like, it has to be like a structured lie that you can get out of. Not even get out of, but you can back it up. You feel me? You can't lie just off the top of your head and then think it's not gonna come back to bite you. You're literally on a voice recorder right now. If they take this to court and they bring people in, just like they did with the dude, no, I did not work there. I never be like, I never even seen this lady before. I don't even know how she even knows my name type shit. Like, bro, I don't understand. Like, bro, what is happening right
Some of the
now?
more recent numbers, her number just changed because she just moved back up north. She, within the last 2 months, has finished moving up to New York. She's subleasing her apartment.
So Juliet doesn't work at
Youngstown.
Universal anymore?
No, she does not.
What's the reason, I asked you this before and I'll ask you just for the record, what's the reason you didn't call the police before?
I think part of me was naive enough to think that I could handle this myself, which obviously I couldn't. And I was scared that something would happen to her if I did notify the authorities or got the media involved.
It's
Just fear of the unknown, fear of the potential of Kaylee getting hurt, of not seeing my daughter again.
I asked you this at the onset and asked you before we went on tape, and I'll ask you again just to make sure we're clear. Is there anything about this story that you're telling me that is untrue, or
No.
is there anything that you want to change or divert from what you've already told me?
No, sir.
He literally knows she's lying.
Did
She
you cause
literally-
any injury to your child, Kaylee?
No, sir.
Did you hurt Kaylee or leave her somewhere and you're
No.
worried that if we find that out that people are going to look at you a wrong way?
No, sir.
And you're telling me that Zenaida took your child without your permission and hasn't
She's
returned her?
the last person that I've seen with my daughter, yes.
Is she Puerto Rican? Is she Dominican? Is she white?
She's mixed. She's black and Puerto Rican.
It's funny how he literally knows already. He literally already knows. This is like 5 minutes into the conversation, and he already knows that she killed her daughter. Oh, this is crazy.
Is there any underlying cause to why Zenaida would have taken your child?
Nothing that,
Did she ever make any statements to you about,
only how much she loves Kaylee and how great of a kid she is.
and when you talked to Jeffrey afterwards, I'm assuming that Jeffrey's child is still with him?
His child is still with him.
You said Zenaida had family up in New England, up in New York or
Yes,
something?
she has family down south. Her mother and her sister. Her brother's in New York. She's originally from New York. Pretty much grew up there, moved down here, went to the University of Florida.
Zenaida, the nanny, doesn't exist. Casey never
Oh my, bro, what the bro? Why does she keep doing this? So all the people, bro. She said, okay. Wait. Okay, let me understand this. Let me understand. So she blames everything on the nanny, right? So no one's never met her then. So that means that when the grandparents asked to see her or talk to her, she's like, oh, is she with the nanny? So they never met the nanny. They were just like on the third, they just like on the outside. They couldn't even like really know. They want to talk to their granddaughter. They don't even know because the Casey just a lying. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. Wow.
had a babysitter.
Wow.
Being the retrospective
What did he say?
Mother and her sister. Her brother's in New York. She's originally from New York. Pretty much grew up there, moved down here, went to the University of Florida.
Zenaida, the nanny, doesn't exist. Casey never had a babysitter. Being the retrospective viewer, we have the benefit of knowing these are outright fabrications, and these meticulous details are a textbook sign of a pathological liar. She speaks eloquently and naturally, as if her dialogue is a reflex response to the question.
Oh God, though, I was thinking that. I'm like, why she these answers sound like she knows what she talking about, but I look, females, hey, y'all some good liars, okay? I'll just put it out there. Females lie the best, bro. And you can tell she's a great liar. Like, she lies, you feel me? No disrespect to no females, but y'all know, y'all good at lying. Y'all, that's what y'all do. Y'all good at lying. So, I mean, shit, hey, that's tough, really. That's tough. She, natural, though. It come off, just roll off the tongue. It ain't no, like, pause. Wow, that's
she's
crazy.
being asked. When in reality, each of these minor details are calculated and deliberately placed
Right.
for the purpose of deception.
Thank
And the
you.
nonchalant, easygoing tone she employs is used to camouflage anxiety. Casey has not only become accustomed to manipulation, she has become extremely skilled in how to use it effectively. It takes us to the concept of
Wow.
nurture and how it most likely had a significant impact on her current circumstances.
Like, what does nurture mean? Huh?
If we go through what we know about Casey's domestic history, there are numerous occasions where she had gotten away with things that most.
Hold on, let me go back and make sure I know what you're talking about. Talking about nurture.
If we go through what we know about
Yeah.
Casey's domestic history, significant impact on her current circumstances. If we go through what we know about Casey's domestic history, there are numerous occasions where she had gotten away with things that most would not, simply due to the fact that she was able to continuously lie without conscience. A prime example could be when she was 18 years old and stopped attending class midway through her senior year. She literally skipped the entire second half of her final year to go hang out with her older boyfriend. Her parents became suspicious on several occasions, yet each and every time, Casey had some whimsical excuse to which she was given the benefit of the doubt. Then just days before graduation, her parents were informed by the school of her truancy and that she would not be graduating. When confronted, Casey's excuse was that her timetable was mixed up by the school, causing her to miss classes through no fault of her own. This is
What?
obviously a completely baffling excuse that no sane person would ever believe. Yet whether it be through denial or an overprotective
Oh,
nature,
sane
Casey's
person.
parents not only took her at her word, but even shielded her from the consequences of her actions. They lied to all their family friends that she graduated with honors, and even threw her an extravagant graduation party the day after. This is just one of the many occurrences where Casey faced no ramifications for misconduct. It seemed to give her
That's why she's so good at it. She been lying since she was a jit, literally.
the belief that no matter what she did, as long as she could spin one lie after another, or at least drag a lie out for as long as possible, everything would work itself out. The truth is that everything did work itself out when she was dealing with her parents, and she evidently thought the same rules applied with regard to national law and a missing
Right.
child's investigation.
That's what I'm saying. She been doing this for so long. That's why she's still young. She look like she about like 27, 23, something like that. And she's still young. Like her mind didn't grow up. Like, you feel me? She been lying for so long. You feel me? She think that, like, what? Oh my gosh, like, these people don't understand how good the police is, bro. They're good at their job. This is why they're like, oh my god, bro. This is why they get paid so much too. Don't they get paid a lot? Pretty sure investigators and stuff get paid a lot. Should. I don't know. But bro, they're good at their job. Either way it goes, they're good at their job.
The initial statement you just heard, Casey was asked if she could take police to all places of interest. She happily obliged, and then proceeded to lead them to a multitude of fake addresses, which she had nothing to do with. She then took them to her supposed
What? What? She took them to fake addresses?
which she had nothing to do with.
Oh my
She then took
God.
them to her supposed office at Universal Studios and literally led 3 senior investigators to the very end of the building, taking over 25 minutes to walk to, before she finally turned around, put her hands in her back pockets, laughed, and admitted that she didn't work there. Completely dumbfounded, the detectives placed her under arrest and took her to a conference room in the building for what was essentially an
Bro, she literally wasting their time. Like, oh my god. Bro, imagine being those police officers. They just got their time wasted so bad. I'll be so bad. She gonna say, what did she do? She put her hands behind her back and laughed and said, I don't work here. Oh my god. I'll be so bad, bro.
interrogation.
Since I left you this morning, I got to every address.
What the fuck?
I came over here. I've already talked to all the employees. I found out all these names that you're giving me are people that either never worked here or have been fired here for a long time ago. Okay, so where we are right now is in a position that doesn't look very good for you.
Like, and did she not think about that? Did she not think that, okay, they might just go look at these addresses. They might just go, like, you feel me? They go, like, you can't just tell, like, maybe you could tell people these things and then they won't do nothing. Feel me? Like, just like she's lied to her parents, they won't actually go and look and see. You feel me? But the police officers, this is what they do. They're trying to figure out why your little girl just got killed or she went missing. So they're going to go through the ins and out of trying to figure out every single detail of the case. You feel me? So why would you think that you gonna tell them an address and all these people? They're gonna try to find all the people. They're gonna try to go to the addresses. They're going to do everything in their power to figure out what's going on. Where did the girl go? Is she dead? You feel me? So, like, did she not even think about that? Did she think that this is gonna work? Like, what?
Obviously, I know and you know that everything you told me is a lie, correct?
Not everything that I told you.
Pretty much everything that you've told me, including where Kaylee is right now.
That I don't know where she is.
Sure you do. And here's
absolutely
listen,
do not know where she is.
let me explain something. Looking at you, I know that everything that you've told me is a lie. I am very confident, just by having talked to you the short period of time, that you know where she is.
I legitimately have not seen my daughter in 5 weeks. I didn't let anything happen to her, except I trusted her with somebody that had been taking care of her, that had been taking good care of her.
She's not even a
So
person.
she was comfortable with
She's
that.
literally not even a person. She's literally not even a person. Literally not even a human being. Literally.
What about Jeff? You said Jeff worked here until about 2 months ago?
No, he hasn't worked here for quite a while.
10 months? How long?
It's been at least 10 months.
Okay. He got fired in
2 years.
2002. He hasn't been an employee here since 2002.
We've put a lot more together than I think you realize we put together. My question to you is, we're in this office because our purpose in coming here was to do what?
I'm trying to think of places
No,
where I know she's been.
You're not answering my question. Do you want us to help?
Yes,
You want to help us find your daughter?
I do want you to
Well,
help.
a good starting point would be to answer the questions, okay? If I say to you, we're here because, and then you just ignore that like I never asked it and go off in some other direction, is that answering the question?
No.
Okay, let's go through this again. We're here because.
Because I lied, because I brought you up here, and honestly I was reaching for
No, stop
another
right there.
avenue.
I want you to tell me how lying to us is going to help us find your daughter.
Thank you.
Well, then if the main thing you want to do is find your daughter, and you don't think lying to us is going to help us find her, why would you do that?
Because I'm scared, and I know I'm running out of options. It's been a month.
What are you scared of?
I'm scared of not seeing my daughter ever again.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So if you're scared, right? If you're scared enough out of your daughter, why would you lie about? You should be telling every single detail you know, every single little thing, every person you talk to, every word you've used. Like if you it's been a month. Oh my God, bro. I can't, bro. I can't.
Beside myself.
I have been.
I would have called the police immediately, and that's the part that I just don't understand.
31 days.
We've got so many resources out there that we could help on day one.
You didn't know what to do.
I didn't know what to do.
Up at your house?
No, I sat around yesterday trying to figure out what to do. I'm glad that I ended up seeing my mom, that all of that stuff happened. It happened for a reason, because
You're glad you saw your mom. You could have saw your mom 5 weeks ago and said, Mom, I don't know what.
I saw my mom's reaction right off the bat, and it would have been the same from the get-go.
So wait a minute, you're more afraid of your mom's reaction than you are if you ever see your daughter again?
No, I'm absolutely petrified. Absolutely petrified. I know my mom will never forgive me. I'm never going to forgive myself.
Is it that there's some other thing more important in your life right now, that you just weren't really focused on what you were saying when you told us, so you kind of just accidentally told us you had an office here and we needed to be here, or did you purposely mislead us? Which of those two is it?
I purposely misled.
Okay, so you purposely misled us. This was all an attempt to help find your daughter, right? That makes sense to you, correct?
In a backwards sort of way, yes.
What?
Backwards sort
I'm
of way.
coming back to places that are familiar to me, that I know are familiar to her. Familiar situations that
What did you think?
just maybe
How old is she?
would help. She's almost 3.
She's almost 3. What do you think, she's going to take a cab here? I mean,
I know
how did you think
not.
she's going to get here?
Because she's with someone else.
She's with someone else who's hid her from you for 5 weeks.
Yes.
Why would a person who has hid your daughter from you for 5 weeks
Magically come back and give you the daughter? Like, okay, I just wanted her for 5 weeks. Here you go.
bring her to the building that you used to work at?
I don't know what else to do anymore. If I knew where she was, if something
Well, let me
would have
ask you
happened,
this.
I would have admitted that a long time ago.
Do you believe thinking up more lies to tell us will help us?
She's with someone that I absolutely do not trust, and that I'm absolutely scared.
So why'd you give her?
Trust yet was babysitting your daughter for a year.
I don't
Thank
trust
you.
her now because of what happened.
Who did you call first? Who did you go to for help first to help try to find her?
No.
Bro,
Oh,
she's
no,
so
okay.
dumb.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm glad we got that straightened out.
Casey was then taken to the county jail, where she in the evening hours was able to make a phone call, and just happened to see her mother on the local news moments before speaking to her.
Casey?
Mom.
Hey, sweetie.
Oh, I just saw your nice little cameo on TV.
Which one?
What do you mean, which one?
Which one? I did 4 different ones, and I don't know. I haven't seen them all. I've only seen 1 or 2 so far.
You don't know what my involvement is and stuff?
Casey.
Mom.
What?
No.
I don't know what your involvement is, sweetheart. You're not telling me where she's at.
Because I don't f***ing know where she's at. Are you kidding me?
Casey, don't waste your call to scream and holler at me.
Waste my call sitting in the jail?
Whose fault is you sitting in the jail? You're blaming me that you're sitting in the jail?
Not
Blame
my
yourself
fault.
for telling lies. You mean it's not your fault? What do you mean it's not your fault, sweetheart? If you'd have told them the truth and not lied about everything, they wouldn't...
Do me a favor, just tell me what Tony's number is. I don't want to talk to you right now.
I don't have his number.
Well, get it from Lee, because I know Lee's at the house. Get Tony's number for me.
Hey,
Hey, can you give me Tony's number?
I can do that. I don't know what real good it's going to do you at this point.
Well, I'd like to talk to him anyway.
Okay.
Because I called to talk to my mother, and it's f***ing waste. Oh, by the way, I don't want any of you coming up here when I have my first hearing for bond and everything else. Like, don't even waste your time coming up here.
You're making it real tough for anybody to want to try to... I'm not going around and around with you. That's pretty pointless. Christina would love to talk to you because she thinks that you will tell her what's going on. Frankly, we're going to find out.
It just says Christina's who? Who is Christina?
Do you think any of this would be happening? No.
Oh, her best friend.
We're going to find out. Everything
I have
she's
no
telling them
clue where
is
Kaylee
lie.
is. If I knew where Kaylee was, do you think any of this would be happening? No.
Anyway, you only got a couple minutes for this, so I'm not going to let you completely waste it. Here's Christina. She thinks she can get through.
Bro, they give me a straw, bro.
I'm not talking to anybody else. Hello? Hi, I'm glad everybody's at my house. Do me a favor, get my number back because I need Tony's number.
Everybody is at her house. That's funny.
Anything to do with Kaylee? No, nothing. Okay, so why do you want to talk to Tony? He's my boyfriend, and I want to actually try to sit and talk to him because I didn't get a chance to talk to him earlier because I got arrested on whim today. I just want to talk to Tony and get a little bit of...
Casey, you have to tell me if you know anything about Kaylee.
Sweetheart,
if anything happens with Kaylee, Casey, I'll die. You understand? I'll die. If anything happens to that baby.
Oh my god, calling you guys? Waste. Huge waste.
Casey appeared in the court the next morning and was initially denied bail by the judge. He cited his reason as her undeniable disregard for the welfare of her own child. She was kept in protective custody, and it would be 9 days until she received her first visit from her parents.
They record these things? I didn't know that.
Hi. Hi, sweetie. We've been watching you for so long.
You haven't?
I love you.
I love you too. Hi.
Why is she laughing?
Seeing you sitting down. We forgive anything that you've said or done.
Hold on. Can we turn the volume down? Yeah, you can probably hear it. My head's gonna explode. What's that T-shirt? I didn't get a chance to ask him. Other things.
Kaylee's picture's on the back.
Is it? Can Dad show me the shirt?
Yeah. Turn around so she can see. It's the Never Lose Hope Foundation. Do you see it?
I can see part of it, yeah.
Have you seen me? And then it has the information on how to contact.
Okay.
Casey, you don't realize the whole United States is looking for our Kaylee.
Damn.
I know that, Mom.
Her cover's going to be on People magazine in a few days.
Dang. And when it's
With
come
a
out,
readership
2008?
of over 46 million adults in America, having your missing child on the front cover of People magazine would seem as a godsend to most. Yet Casey's response is almost as if it's a lost cause.
Everybody is looking for her.
Good.
Everybody is looking for her. Are we going to be able to find her, do you think?
I hope we can, Mom. Now, I didn't get a chance to ask Lee.
Can you look up a little bit more? Raise your eyes up a little bit. There you go. So now, look straight up so I can look into your eyes, darling. Thank you. I need to do that. It's okay to cry, Casey. It's all right, love.
What is happening right now?
Setting aside morality and ethics for just a moment, Casey at this point would be emotionally exhausted. She had been sitting in an isolated jail cell for almost 2 weeks as the entire world was turning against her. Anyone in her position, guilty or otherwise, would be at near breaking point, and her composed exterior now finally slips. She, for a brief moment, allows herself to be vulnerable, and for perhaps the first time, expresses the pain of her situation. This is one of the few moments where Casey's true self is on display. Of itself, it's a touching moment between a mother and daughter, yet if we add in the context of the surrounding elements, she is only expressing this pain for herself. Just a moment ago, when she saw her deceased daughter's face on her father's shirt, none of this emotion came out. It lets us know that she does indeed have the personality type to get emotional, yet her empathy is clearly focused in one direction, which is inward toward herself.
Casey, I want to ask you just a couple questions.
The rest of the visit is extremely bizarre. Casey's parents try to extract any information they can about Kaylee's possible whereabouts, and each time are essentially dismissed by Casey as if they're asking pointless and irritating questions.
Do we have any pictures of Sandy's apartment?
Lee and I already talked about this. I don't know. It could be on the desk at home. I don't know.
What is I can't get into your,
I gave Lee everything already. I gave Lee all of the passwords, everything we could possibly
I
think
want to
of
get
all over again.
I want to get some video clips off Kaylee because the video clip with Grandpa is really helping people. Still pictures don't show.
No, they
her
don't show her
justice.
personality.
Right, and we need to show her personality. So I need to make sure we get that password.
Yeah.
Does she?
I gave Lee the password.
Wait, who is her daughter anyway? I mean, not who is her daughter, but who is her the father of the daughter? That's the question. Is it her boyfriend?
I want to be able to look at you guys.
Or is it
too.
somebody else?
I can't look at you and look at the camera.
Well, you don't have to look at the camera. Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Okay.
You're sitting very low.
I know.
The exchange switches back and forth from inquisitive and challenging to sympathetic and loving, and every time her parents stop inquiring over the case and show that they still care about Casey herself is when the tears come out.
Do you want to speak to your father now?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey, gorgeous, how you doing?
I look like hell.
Well, you know something? You really need to keep your spirit high for all this.
I haven't been crying while I've been in here.
Well, you know
trying
something?
to read books and do other things to keep my mind off of stuff.
Well, you know, I want to be able to reach out and hug you and give you the big Papa Joe hug. But you know,
Why is she crying because of her
gotta get
parents
that little
though? But
girl
like,
back any way we can, and we're
Dad,
doing everything we can.
My only concern. I gave Lee a statement. I want him to speak to
it's like what?
whoever in the media. Give them a statement specifically from me.
What is
Give
happening?
them an exact quote.
Every time Casey's parents mention that people are willing to help with a search, Casey dismisses their credibility and even attacks some of their characters while she's at it.
Tara?
Tara from Michigan.
You mean Mark's psycho ex-wife, Tara?
Yes.
Listen. People like Tara, people like Jesse who are maybe trying to help, even Christina, God bless her, don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I want you to know, I want to take your pain away.
Man, I don't know what's wrong with this lady, bro.
You can tell me anything.
I know that, Dad.
I miss you, sweetie.
She cries again. Like what? This is so backwards.
I wish I
This
could
is
have been a better
backwards.
dad and better grandpa, you know?
You've been a great dad and you've been the best grandfather. Don't for a second think otherwise.
Well, you know,
you and Mom have been the best grandparents. Kaylee's been so lucky.
Bro,
Kaylee
stop
is
lying,
so
bro.
lucky
She's still lying. And she not lying, but she just like,
I can't even put
I don't
into
know, bro.
words how glad I am that she's had both of you.
I don't like her no more, to be honest.
And that she still has both
I mean, I
of
never
you.
liked her from the beginning, but I just don't like her now more.
You know, it goes without saying, you know, that our house is empty without both of you there. It's empty. All the little things that we took for granted, we miss them so much.
That's exactly how I feel.
All your little things and all her little things, it hurts. We're not there. Mom and I are just going through the motions, you know?
I ate coleslaw today. Tell them I ate coleslaw.
Well, you're probably eating a lot of things you never used to eat before because when you're hungry, you'll eat.
I hated bologna. I've been eating bologna and cheese on occasion. Grits. I don't do grits at all. It's terrible.
I don't understand why she's
Well,
smiling.
You know what? You're going to eat what's in front of you.
We get another glimpse at Casey's skill in fabricating information and her ability to intertwine specific details to afford her lies some credibility. These minor intricacies are what would make her extremely convincing if we didn't happen to know otherwise.
They never searched by her full name. They searched by Zenaida Fernandez or Zenaida Gonzalez, never by her full name.
And it's Z-E-N.
Z-E-N-A-I-D-A. I don't think she has a middle name. There was never a middle name on anything that I remember seeing. And I know she went by
Master liar.
She always
That's
has.
tough.
Since she was younger, since her mom remarried.
So Flores Gonzalez, and you don't know what her stepdad
Fernandez Gonzalez.
But you don't know what Fernandez Gonzalez.
I think her dad's first name is Victor. Her stepdad, or that could be her real dad, but I remember her saying Victor. Victor and Gloria were her parents.
Victor and Gloria are her parents, but they're separated or divorced.
They are as of now, yeah. That was her
They're
stepdad.
divorced.
But I know she has a lot of money. That's where she got the car from.
I only get one or two phone calls a day that you know, that are not nice phone calls, but I get many, many, many phone calls and many people reaching out that just believe in you. They believe in us finding Kaylee. Okay?
She should be crying right now. This is the time to cry.
Okay? But if you think
Okay,
of anything
there you
that
go.
can help,
There you
don't
go.
be afraid.
Is she crying or is she wiping tears? Which one?
You have to keep thinking positive feelings, Casey.
Oh, I know, I have been. I've been staying as positive as I can.
But do you think after this long she'd still be local?
There's a possibility.
What's your gut telling you right now?
Stop lying.
That she's okay.
Or keep lying more.
Okay. And your gut tells you that she's close or she's hiding?
She's not far. I know in my heart she's not far. I can feel it.
This was perhaps the first time Casey told the truth when speaking of her daughter's whereabouts, as she indeed wasn't that far away. Her attorney,
they found
Jose
her?
Baez, eventually managed to get her bail, and Casey was fitted with an electronic monitoring device and released on August 21st. She had spent just over 1 month in custody. 2 months later, police were granted permission to arrest Casey on the charge of first-degree murder. She was taken in for interrogation, but immediately requested her right to counsel.
Interrogation?
She was kept in the
this about to be
interview
funny.
room while awaiting her attorney, and the released footage of that period is so bizarre to the point where it's almost comical. The detectives give off a passive, yet glaringly obvious vibe that lets Casey know exactly what they think, being that she is guilty of her daughter's probable death and a fundamentally terrible human being on every imaginable level. Casey's response to this is to essentially ignore it and act as if the discourse between them and the situation itself is an everyday occurrence, one that perhaps doesn't concern the disappearance of her daughter, for which she is being charged for. You'll notice that she effortlessly maintains the same confident and talkative disposition that she had in her previous interviews with police. It's almost surreal to watch given the circumstance, and the visual element adds an entire new level to the absurdity.
Alright, right here is gonna be the comedy, y'all. This is the comedy part. Alright, 45 minutes long. I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'm gonna start tomorrow, y'all. We're gonna start tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but later. Do it till later. You feel me? So far, no, we all know. Honestly, we all know that she killed her. We know, and she's lying about it. But it's like the real question is, why did you kill? You feel me? Just like with Jody. Why did you kill your boyfriend? Other than you, like, what was the real moral? I know you was about the feelings and shit, but like, why did you kill you? Casey, why did you kill your daughter? Like, what did your daughter really do to you? Did you not want a daughter no more? Like, that's why you killed her? Just give her up for adoption, bro. Like, you know what, bro? I don't know. You never know nowadays. Like, you don't know what's going through people's mind. This all old stuff, though. So I guess, I don't know. Like, this shit. No, people going crazy back in the day, you feel me? I was just a little boy back then. I was on what? This was in 2008. I was only 6 years old. Hey, it's crazy. Hey, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Comment on my yet to next, man. Follow me on Instagram for our most active at. On the grind to 1K, man. I'm out.